Hello, my name is Scott Ross, and I was the founder of Digital Domain, the ex-general manager of Industrial Light and Magic, and now a professor here at Tau. The concept of offshoring and having various countries or peoples from various countries do visual effects, I'm all for that. I think that that's great. I think may the best studio with the lowest prices and the highest quality work be able to do it. And if that studio happens to be located in London or happens to be located here in Shanghai, more power to that studio and to the people that work there. Unfortunately, what's happened is the business environment has been really turned on its head, not because of capabilities, but because of financing and ability to be able to produce visual effects for considerably less money. And again, not because the men and women that are working in the industry are being paid less, but because governments are subsidizing it. And so what's happened as a result is that the men and women that were working in visual effects, which were generally located on the west coast of California, have now wound up like a diaspora and have scattered all across the globe because the UK is offering this discount and this tax rebate, and New Zealand's offering this tax rebate. And so you find that these senior people that have the skill sets that no one else has, frankly, at this point, winding up moving all over the place. There are solutions to it, and I believe that I've codified those solutions and I've explained those solutions almost till I'm blue in the face. Unfortunately, the industry and the men and women that run the companies that are being most affected by it, as a result of only having 6 clients, and those 6 clients are very much have a common interest. They have a trade association, they talk. And these days, the most expensive part of blockbuster filmmaking is visual effects, by far. And since those 6 clients have a common business interest to keep that pricing down, the men and women that run the major visual effects companies are afraid to make any waves to in any way challenge those studios for fear of being blacklisted. While I think there's a solution to it, which I think is an international trade association, that solution has fallen on deaf ears. And so it continues to get worse, and it's a race to the bottom. As an alternative, there has been an effort on the part of Daniel Lay, who is better known, AKA, also known as Visual Effects Soldier, where he's put together an effort called CVDs, which is countervailing duties. In the United States and in other countries around the world, if a domestic industry is harmed by an international subsidy which makes that industry ineffective in its own country and forces the industry to go overseas because there are subsidies and government sponsorship of it, the American government has the opportunity by law to be able to charge a tax on the work that's done outside of the country. And so Daniel Lay and various other people, myself included, have been involved in trying to move that effort forward through the court systems. But in America, like most places in the world, if you really want to do anything within the judicial system, you really need the money, because lawyers are expensive, and they're not going to do it just because it's the right thing to do. They won't do it for beer and pizza. They're doing it because they want to make money, and lawyers, are, as I said, are incredibly expensive. So the effort to get countervailing duties finally heard in front of the World Trade Organization is extraordinarily expensive, and we're in the process of trying to raise that money within the visual effects community, and we've been doing that now for about 6 months, and we're nowhere near raising the money to be able to do it. That, for me, is the last sort of gasp of air for the domestic visual effects industry. If that's not the case, we can't move forward, to answer my long-winded answer to your question is, I see no future for the visual effects industry in the United States.